Okay, first of all, very good afternoon to all of you, and to Gong Poppy. Thank you so much for organizing this session for all the users, and welcome to this session to all the participants, including all the respected lecturers, professors, and also all the respected librarians and students. Welcome to this session. As you know, this session today is on O'Reilly for Higher Education. Some of you might be very familiar with this platform, but there are some changes along the way. I think last couple of months there were some changes in terms of the labels, the use of the terms has been changed, including the interface as well. So maybe I will just take you through that. Yeah. So before we go further, if you can tell me in using your chat box, how many of you here in this session, you have used O'Reilly for Higher Education platform before this? If you have used, you say yes in the chat box. If you have not, you say no in the chat box. Okay, I think there's one response. Thank you so much for responding. Okay, so looks like we have mixture of some have used it. There are some of you have not used it. That's no worries. Okay, let me move on. So before I go further, I also would like to introduce myself. My name is Kurinji Malar. You can call me as Kurinji. I'm the customer success and training manager with ProQuest, which is now part of Clarivate. I have been with ProQuest Clarivate about 4.5 years, but I have been in this industry for many years, worked very closely with many of the academic institutions, including government sectors as well, in Southeast Asia, and also now expanded to Australia. I'm based in Malaysia. Here is my email address. Hold on a second. Here's my email address. So you can take note, but you don't have to worry. Later on, I will just share the email address towards the end of the session. Okay. Now, O'Reilly for Higher Education, it is a third-party platform, right? It is not part of. It is part of ProQuest collection, but it is a third-party collection, third-party content, which ProQuest is assigned as an exclusive distributor or the sales agent for the academics market as well as the public library market to support and provide trainings and so on. Yeah. So O'Reilly, as you know, it is more popular when you have access to content from the technical content like the computer science or information technology or business related topic or some of the leadership related courses. It is available in this collection. So in today's session, first of all, I'm sure you know how to go to your library portal, go to the A to Z database. If you click on O'Reilly, and you should be able to see O'Reilly, right? O'Reilly platform. And if you see the tutorial, if you click on the tutorial, there is actually a quick guide how to access to this platform using your institution's email, password, and how to access it. Yeah, not to worry. Later on, I will show you that. So our learning objective, we have scheduled this for an hour. So objective is evaluate the unique content, what content you have in this collection, and also explore the content that you have in this collection. That's number one. Number two is to navigate the O'Reilly Higher Education platform more efficiently so that you are able to utilize some of the features and functionalities. Some of you might have used this platform in the past, but you may not know, okay, you can print using the browser print options, right? You may not know. So today I will show all the other features and the functionalities that will support you for your teaching as well as for your learning purposes. Okay. And lastly, there's always a misconception that you cannot download the content from the desktop version. Yes, that is correct. So you can use the mobile app to download the content. So we will also see how you can use the mobile app to download the content to support your research and teaching. So number one, evaluate the content and explore the content. Number two, navigate some of the features and functionalities. Thirdly, we know how to use your mobile phone to support your download of the content. Okay, like third. Okay, let's go. So O'Reilly for higher education, you have three different type of collection. I'm going to go off camera later on. When you have any question, you just feel free to send it through the chat box, or you can also unmute your speaker to ask your question. I'm going to go off camera now. If you have questions, just feel free to ask at any time. Okay, so what you have in this collection, you have almost more than 53,000 over books in the book format. The topics or the titles are in the book format. You have more than 3,100 content in the audiobooks, and more than 7,000 videos. Yeah, the videos in the form of either a video or tutorial or course or case studies. They are in the form of videos. Okay, so you have this in O'Reilly for higher education. Okay, now what content that is covered, what topic does it cover? So we have more than 200 plus content providers, including collections from the Packet Publishing, O'Reilly, Wharton, Wiley, Taylors and Francis, Pearson, and a few more others, top publishers who have contributed the content in this platform, covering collections from business like the e-commerce to finance to marketing to sales to strategies to project management, covering some of the computer science collections from security to software development to mobile development, web development, data science, data analytics, and many more. Actually, you just see one part here, but there are many more. Okay. Now, why is this O'Reilly for higher education, or OHE in short, is very, very popular and very, very important for users? Because it actually provides users to have multiple learning formats. You don't not necessarily you learn just from one format. You can learn from books or video, just audios and so on. But there are various type of learning format, learning multiple way of learning styles in this platform. So you either as a normal traditional way, reading the books, watching the videos, or listening to the audiobooks, but there are also other ways for you to learn using some of the on-demand courses. Right? It's like a self-paced learning. You can say, I want to learn a particular skill, so what are the courses that I need? I'm still new, I'm just a beginner, so just show me the beginner level courses. Or I'm already an advanced level, show me the advanced level courses. So you can do more customization and do a self-paced learning by using the on-demand courses. And there are lots of certification test prep courses. There are certification test prep. Yeah, that means you don't get the certificate, but it will look similar to the course, the test in the certification test that you will take. So you have some kind of preparation you can learn from this platform as well. And using the instant answers, sometimes we want to learn quickly. We don't have time to read every single things in the book or to watch the entire videos. What we want is to get an instant answer. Just like, if I have a question on, show me what is agile methodology, for example, or if you want to learn more about the LLM, for example, so you can quickly ask question. And Aurelie, it is not chat gpt kind, but it will scan through the entire content through the platform and surface to you all those information related to your question. Okay, so that's why it's very popular, because it suits multiple learning styles. Okay, so we are going to go into the live demo. So if you haven't used Aurelie before, this is how it looks like. The landing page looks like this. Before this, about a year ago, it was very colorful, right? A lot of images, but now it has made it in a simplified way. You can see it's very easy to navigate to the content that you want to. Hold on, let me show you how to go to your platform. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, so for those who are not sure how to get access, it is through your institution's library portal here from your e-databases. Can you see the e-databases here? And if you scroll down, if you click on O'Reilly, so if you scroll down a bit, you will come to O'Reilly for higher education. To access it, there actually is there's a tutorial. So if you click on it, it tells you how to log in with your username and password and so on. So it's all here. So it's easy for you to access to the O'Reilly for higher education. So for myself, since I already have access to my institution, let me access it here from here. Hold on. I have opened a few tabs. Okay, so this is how. So once you have successfully enter your credentials, enter your username and password, you will come to this page. This is O'Reilly page. It's very easy to navigate. So as you see, this will be your main button. Like, it's like one button to come back to the home page. Every time whenever you are in a different page, you want to come back to the home page, this is where you click and you will be back to the main page. So at this page, there is actually a let's get started, showing you all those the current topics that you need to know. So it can be in the form of audiobook, it can be on demand courses, can be some of it is conferences in video form, and the topics that is very important, like we know that currently what generative AI topic is very very popular, so that is why it is here. Then there's a clean code fundamentals, and also building AI agents with LLM, which O'Reilly thinks that is an important topic for users to know at this present moment, as a current and hot topic. Then if you scroll down, you will see that you have recently added content in terms, it contents are in books, these are books, and the shortcut is a very quick tips, quick learning tips. Yeah, this is kind of tip to learn quickly, like auditing data security. You just spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes to learn this information. That's why it's called shortcut. And there are also books. This is recently added. That means it's just been added. You can see it's January 2025, December 2020. This is forward. Yeah, even I believe it's a new early releases. And this is January 2025. And recommended for you, what has been recommended, how they recommend to you is based on whatever the searching that you have done in the past. So if you have used this platform for 1 month, roughly they identify what is the common content, or the topic that you look for, and they recommend to you accordingly. And these are popular, seems to be popular among the users, so it is surfaced to you. Okay, so that is very quickly to navigate the platform. To access to the content is very easy, whether it's audiobook, whether it's on-demand courses, or either conference or books. All that you do is just click on here, click on the title, right? It will take you to the books that you're supposed to access. Very easy. So now I will show that more in detail later. Now, if you are new, if you want to know, okay, this is what I have, but what else do I have? What is the entire content? So what we talk about, we have more than 50,000 books, we have more than 3,000 audio content, we have more than 7,000 videos. How do I know? So this one, in the past, this is called as topic. So if you remember topic, it's the same. So if you click on the explore skills, so you have all the topics that you want to explore further. So you can click on view all and explore it. Okay, so you can see that you have all skills. That means all topics. covering the books, the courses in the form of on-demand courses, videos in the case studies, conferences, audiobooks, shortcuts, articles, playlists, and so on. So you can just if you just want to look at books, you can select books, or if you want to go for videos, you can select videos. And if you scroll down, you can filter it by even by skills. You can filter it by skills. So let's say if you are looking for some of the certification course, right? You just type in cert. So you have all the certification courses listed here, and you can zoom in to explore it. And publication date. So if you want the last 6 months or the early releases means you have books that is yet to be published. Like just now, we saw December 2025 is considered as one early release. For you to have a look, you can even give a feedback if you want to see. So it is like taking you to the age or in the topic or the subjects in the industry, that is popular subjects or upcoming discussion. So you can explore it in the early release. Then you can also here you can explore it by levels if you want intermediate, advanced level, and language, of course. And sometimes we don't want short courses. What we want is long courses, because you probably, some of the lecturers here, you want to use it for your teaching purposes. So you want longer videos, longer courses. So you can just select this accordingly. Okay, so you can filter it on your left here. And let's assume if you want to explore this is a books. Yeah, these are all books, and this is on-demand courses, and these are all on-demand courses books. So to explore a book, you can just click on it, just click on this subject and explore it this way. Hold on. You can explore by looking at the topic, looking at the publisher. This is by O'Reilly. Skills, publication date, and you can look at some of the information. And you can also see, if I want to read this book, you may also want to explore this other books that's related to generative AI here. Oh, sorry, AI engineering. Then of course you can also look at the table of content from here, or you can also add them to the playlist. So before I show you, so if it is like this, so if you want to explore, just go down a bit, okay, and then next is you click start. So this is start reading. Yeah, you start reading. So if you want to go next chapter, you go to the next chapter here. But if you don't want to go by pages by pages, it takes a lot of time. We don't have much time to go pages by pages. So you zoom into the table of content. So in the table of content, you can see some of the highlights of these books. The content of these books. So maybe you want to look at prompt engineering, for example. So there is actually an introduction to prompt engineering, introduction to the next prompt engineering related topics. So how do you maximize this, right? If you come to here, so you can in some instances, if you see this, hold on a second. Okay, so if you put a cursor here, you can see you can add them to the playlist. So either you add the entire book into your playlist, or you can you can add some chapters into your playlist. So depends on your interest. So let's say if I'm interested on the entire book, I just add to the playlist. So what I can do is I can always use the existing playlist that I've created in the past, or you can create a new playlist. Yeah, you can just create a new playlist. So why is playlist is important now? As you know, playlist is you can collect, is like collecting some of the recommend, if you want to recommend some reading to your users, or you want to use it for your courses, to support your courses. So you can collect all the related books and put it into your playlist, so that when you share it to your students, they can also go through the playlist accordingly. Okay, so now what we have done, we have added the entire book into the playlist. But if you say no, I want just this chapter, you can also do the same. You can come and add that into your chapter, and done. So you can create a new playlist, or you can add it to your existing playlist that you have created. Okay, since these are books, You can also use some other features, like you can search inside the book. If you want to find some specific terms, you can also search within the book, right, and zoom into the pages you want to go. Other than that, you can also use these highlights. Yeah, you can highlight with different colors. You can add some note. You can just type in prompt engineering, just type in, save the note, or you can also copy the note. If you want to copy this information, you can copy. So at this point, if you want to save, if you want to download this chapter 5, very easy. All that you do is, there is no download button here, but you can use the browser print. Just click on it. Okay, you will see it is nicely structured into a chapters, and you can just save this into a PDF. So it's very, very easy for you to download this chapters by chapters. Okay, for those who want to change the font, you want to read online, you want to have a better experience according to your need, you can change the settings accordingly. There is also a focus mode, so you can have a focus mode here. Okay, so this is for reading purposes. Okay, now let's go back. So what I did is I explored a book, and I know how to navigate a book to learn, or to put it into my playlist. So, but what about audiobooks? It's the same experience. It's just that it is in the form of audio. So again, you can also add them into a playlist. You just add certain part of it, or you can also add the entire audiobook into your playlist. Then it is the same if you want to experience the video content. So if you go to your video content, these are on-demand courses are in the form of videos. So if you go to this, right, just click on it. So if this is on a video, there's a transcript, and the video is just a normal video. So it's just like any other videos. You have all the other functions to customize to according to your experience. You have your closed captions as well. If you want to make it bigger, full screen, you can do so. At the same time, you can also look at the table of content and add them into your playlist. These are standard, straightforward to use this content in the O'Reilly. Okay, so we have explored the books, we have explored the audio content, we have explored the videos. Conference are also part of the video content. Okay, now you know how to explore your skills, but sometimes you say, no, I actually have books, I want to look up for books, my content, I'm learning on cybersecurity, for example. So you just type in cybersecurity. Okay, so whenever you type cybersecurity, the system understands you're looking at cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity. So the titles, these are titles, whether it's video or book, the titles, the books in the or the videos in the titles surface to you. Skills are topic. So if you are looking at cybersecurity architect, is a topic which contain more other content, so it will also surface to you. So for example, if I click on this, okay, so these are all I see 100 Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect. So they are all the courses related to cybersecurity, the Microsoft certified courses available here. Okay, so that's how you can use, either you search it from here, or you can also explore your skills. Okay, now I just want to wait here to see if you have any questions so far. Okay, there is a question, I will get back to you. Okay, now on the app, I will get back to you. Okay, now let's say if you want to use this, start learning. So in start learning, you have courses. So this is what I explained to you earlier in the slide. These courses are meant as self-paced learning. So if you click on the courses, and if you reset it, like say if you're a first time using, so you can come to this page and say, okay, I'm looking at the roles, right? The role on say data analyst. Okay, so I want to choose these skills for data analyst. So just go to the next. So these are the 17 skills for data analyst available to you. So you can just pick on machine learning, generative AI, or if you want to look at Python, prompt engineering. So you just type whatever. You can select all the other skills as well. And you say, yes, these are the skills that I want to learn to become informed data analyst. So you have all your courses being surfaced to you. But you said, I am already an experienced data analyst, but I want to enhance my skills. So I'm an intermediate. So just show me only the intermediate level courses. So you can change this level and apply it. Okay. So now you will have only the intermediate level courses. Okay. So whenever you start this exploring this, it will be saved here. So next time you just come back to your course, and you just continue reading, exploring your courses. Okay. Now let's go to so we have now your courses. Now books is the same. If you just want to explore books, I want to take you through the answer. This is something very popular. Before it came out, 3 years before generative AI was in place. So this was much more earlier. So how it works is, it will scan through all the question, all the content in this array, and surface you to the answers. So let's say this is our answer, our question: what is agile methodology? For example, just type in your question. Or if you don't have any question, you can explore. Maybe some of these will be helpful to you as well, something that you have not thought about. What is a few short prompt engineering, something like that. So you can always use that example, or you have your own question: what is agile methodology? Then you just enter. So what it does, it will go and scan all the documents, all the videos, all the books, all the audio books, and find that some information about agile methodologies and surface to you. So it can be in the form of video. So if you scroll, it can be in the form of book. It can be also recommend you to watch this video, and also book again, books, also some books. Okay. So you can see that there are multiple tabs here that you can explore. So it's likewise, if you click on any of these, it's the same thing. It will take you to the content that it surface to you, for you to read quickly, get the answers, get the solution immediately. Okay. So this is one way you can do it. Okay. So that is here. Start learning under answer. Just now the courses are here. Books are basically, go to books and explore it. Very easy, very straightforward. Okay. Apart from here, you have this featured called featured function, which is shortcut. So remember, I talked about the shortcut just now. Shortcut means some of this topic, it is important, and it a very faster way for you to get up to speed. So it is usually about 10-minute tips and tricks. So for example, what that you need to know about chat GPT, for example. So if you see the shortcut, okay, if you go to your shortcut, so if you want to just have a short courses on chat GPT to your students, so you can use this, right? Chat GPT. What is chat GPT? It is in the form of video, and there's some very interesting. So you can also say, this is how you can get chat GPT to ask you questions. So instead of you asking question, you can get how you can use chat GPT to ask question. So there is some example, the prompt that you can use to how to use this to support the your writing your research papers or something like that, or writing your essays. How you can ask chat GPT to ask question, to make sure that you have covered all the important information in the topics they are working on. So this is very interesting as well. You can share it to your students. You can put it into your playlist and recommend to your students. Yeah, you can add it to your playlist here. Just add on to the playlist, or you can just create this and you duplicate this. You just duplicate this and add more content to it. You can do many ways. Later on, I show you how to do how to customize your playlist later. Okay, so this is shortcut. Okay, now if you go to expert playlist, there is actually expert playlist. So you can also create your own list from scratch, or you can use some of the expert playlists. So these are all the expert playlists done by the experts in the industry. So this is all expert playlists. Okay, so if you what is a playlist? Basically, you have few collections that is related to the main topic here. So this one, let me just show you something more interesting. Okay, so becoming a business analyst. So there is actually an expert playlist. So in this expert playlist, so what it does is an introduction for you to go through these courses. So the skill one is data literacy. So there's a course on it, video clip chapters that you have to learn. So these are basically collections of information, so for you to becoming a business analyst. So if you are going to have this in your class, if you want to create a module on this, and if you want to recommend to your students, but if you think these are not enough, you want to add on more information, you may want to remove some, you may want to add more. So you can base on the this expert playlist, and you duplicate it, and this time you can name this as, like mine, I just put KM, and become your playlist. You duplicate it, right? You duplicate it, so it become your playlist. Now it is here. It's in your profile. Go to your profile. If you go to your playlist, okay, this is your playlist. So I think it is should be at the end. Hold on a second. Maybe it's here. So I think it is by alphabetical order. Let me see if I can. It's okay. It's in the. I think it's in the alphabetical order. So here, becoming a business analyst. This is mine. So if you click on this, you can also add more content. You can add your additional playlist to it. You can add a section. If you say no, this chapter may be not important, you can also remove from the playlist. You can add more playlists. You can add to your other playlists as well. So you can do anything with this once you have customized it. Yeah. So right now, whenever you do this, you can see this is private. So you see this is private. So if you cannot share this, if you share it to your student, they can't see it because it's only you can see it. So if you want your students or your peers to see this, you can share it, right? You can share it and say, so right now it's a private playlist, so you can see for your own eyes. So if you want your students or your peers to see, you change this to organizational, in your organization, to be accessed by your organization or your institution. So how you do, you just use a copy link, or you can send an email. Copy link can be also embedded in any site that if you want to your students to access in your learning management system, they can click on the link, and they are able to access it. Okay, so this, take note of this is very important. You can share it to the institution. Make sure that this is the institution, not to the private. Okay. Okay, so I have shown you the expert playlist. So early releases is something that I spoke about earlier. So that means this content, whatever you see in these 97 results you see here, they are all early releases. This is supposed to be released in 2025, but they released it in orally so that you can read and you can write your first review if you want to. right? You can write a review. So it's every page there's a review there. And this is something that you are staying ahead of the curve. This is what we say, you are staying ahead of the curve because you have access to the first-hand information about the topic, in, let's say, leveling up as a tech lead. So there is a lot of new information, even though it's not published, but you have access to it. Okay, so it's early releases. So this actually comes under the features. So for you, if you want to come back and say, okay, I want to look at all my playlists that I've created. Here is your playlist. Okay, this is all your playlists if you have created. So for example, this is what I have created. So if I want to share this to my student, make sure this has been already shared. Okay, then copy, or I can send it through the email, right? This is easy, straightforward again. Then if you want to see your highlights, if you have highlighted something earlier, this just now, right, this is what I highlighted, and I have put in some notes. So it's all these are all the highlights are here, so you can see all the highlights. And if you want to see history, how much I have completed the videos that I was looking at earlier. So you can see today I have looked at all these videos of some books that I have looked at, but I didn't make much progress. I just looking at it. And so only this one today I made some 4% progress. So you can see what is your progress like for individual as an individual users. Okay. So this is what the entire O'Reilly access, if you access to this, these are the features and the functionalities and how you can navigate or explore the content accordingly. Okay, so now I'm going to the app. Okay, so these apps are more of, yes, it is on the go thing. So for example, if you want to read some content on the phone, so you can do so. Hold on, let me take you to the slide. Okay, so the O'Reilly app. So you can either access it through the iOS, your iOS devices or your Android devices. Okay, so for those who are you have login, right? I'm sure your login it's with the password as well. So make sure that when you log in, and it will require you to enter your email address and your password. So make sure you enter it. So in the case that you have forgot your password for the first time, if you want to reset, it will ask, if you forget the password, hold on. But if you want to reset the password, you have a password but you want to change a password, you can do a reset password. But if you forgot your password, you do not have the password with you, you need to send it to the customer care O'Reilly.com, so that you can reset the password to use the app accordingly. Okay, so let me see. So I want to know, okay, there's a question here. Mobile app is unusable because there's no option for registration as individual users. So I cannot log in with email in mobile. Okay. The registration, the user ID is the same as your institution's email address. Isn't that individual? Okay, so if you have logged in, and it will be, like for example, this is iOS app. So you just sign in, it will look exactly like your desktop version, but it is more simplified into the mobile interface. And also, like if you want to download or if you want to create a playlist and read those information, like this, the reading is something like this. Okay, and of course the videos, this is how the videos looks like. And your downloads, so if you have downloaded, and if you want to watch it offline, then you can also or read it online, you can do so. Okay, so there are some FAQs here, so I will leave it for you to read when I share the slide. Okay, now before I go to the last part of it, I just want to hold on here to see if you have any question on O'Reilly. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Okay, I hope I have answered the question on the mobile app. Is there any further question? Okay, if you don't have any question, not to worry. You can always send it to Gongpope, or you can also send it to me. My email address is here. If you have any question, I'm going to take back. So in today's session, what we have done is you know how to get to your O'Reilly for Higher Education platform from your e-databases. Then from there, you know how to evaluate the unique content offered by the your O'Reilly that covers different type of courses. Just let me go back here. Okay, to explore the skills. So if it is not only information technology related or computer science or engineering related, but if you notice, they are also related to some of the soft skills, also business related topics such as agile, product management, project management, human resources, business strategies, or if you look at soft skills, sometimes you need to enhance your soft skills, professional communication, presentation skills, public speaking, personal productivity, and etc. So apart from the computer science IT related courses, you also have business or soft skills cases sorry, soft skills content in this platform. So you just, all that you do is just explore it accordingly. Okay. Sorry. And lastly, the second one is you know how to navigate some of these features and functionalities. For example, creating the playlist, sharing the playlist, or if you highlight it, or if you want to add some notes, how to track the notes and so on. So these are some of the features you may want to explore. And lastly, the O'Reilly mobile app. Yeah. So you know how to go to your, if you're using, either you're using Android or you're using iOS, just download the O'Reilly accordingly. But you need to enter your credentials, yeah, your username and password. It can be the same as you use for your desktop version. Okay, so that is what we have done so far in last 50 minutes or so. So I will now wait for question. If you don't have any question, here there are some guides here. I have added this actually deep guides that, there's actually a short videos. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, so I share this link in the chat box. Okay. So if you click on that, so there are videos on finding and using books, finding and using videos, creating and sharing playlists, discovering skills and answers, finding use very short videos. Each of it probably takes about 5-10 minutes. So you can quickly watch that videos to even improve, to learn a little bit more about some of the features and functionalities. Okay. And also the other information, if you need it, it's all here. Okay.